create a Snowflake free account, it is very easy to create. To create that, what you have to do, let me show you. You just simply need to go to Google, and there is an option to create a Snowflake 120 days account also. If I simply say Snowflake free account, free trial, it will redirect it to the, if you click this, it will be redirected to the 30 days account. You can see here. So what happens after 30 days? So after 30 days, they will ask you to upgrade. Again, you need to create one more account if at all you want to access it. If at all you want to use for free. But what if I don't want to do for 30 days? Then I will go with the 120 days account. So for that, what I need to search for Snowflake student account. So which is of 120 days. So you can say, let me trial here. I got a link for this. Yeah, this one. I will share this link anyway. Sign up snowflake.com/:tile equal to student. So this is going to give you a 120 days account. You can see here. So up to 4 months you can use it. Do not need to recreate again. So I advise you to create a Snowflake 120 days free account so that up to 4 months you do not even need to worry. You can use the same account and you will get a $400 worth free usage also, and you will get immediate access to the cloud environment, and you can start working on any of your critical data workloads, and you can start working on all this immediately. What I need to do to get all this access? Simply give your details. Give all your details and then simply continue. Select here. Snowflake has 4 different editions. This edition indicates that what kind of features you are going to get through this particular Snowflake environment. Standard means very basic edition, which will have very basic features, and enterprise is standard features plus you will get the additional features. As I mentioned, we have a feature called time travel feature. In standard edition, you will have only up to 1 day time travel. But if you go to enterprise edition onwards, for all these other editions, including enterprise, you will get 90 days of time travel, where you can go up to 90 days. And you also can build multi-cluster warehouses from enterprise edition onwards. But we can't create multi-cluster warehouses in standard. Plus, you can't even create this kind of material use and some features in standard. So if you want to experience all these features, you need to select the enterprise edition here. And the business critical edition is enterprise edition features plus it will have additional data security, data protection, database failover. These features will be additionally included in business critical edition. And there is one more edition called virtual private edition, which will not be available in this particular website. To get that particular virtual private cloud edition, you need to reach out Snowflake team and they will guide you. But that is a bit costly. So most of the banks will use business critical edition because we are since we are working for a bank, we are also using business critical edition because our data is very critical and sensitive. So we don't want to use enterprise. We want to use business critical edition, and we also want to experience the security features and data protection, failover, backup, all these features. So we are using business critical edition in our bank. Now enterprise, as of now, let's go with enterprise edition. Click on AWS and click on this checkbox and click on get started. So click on skip. You can skip that also. So your account setup is in progress. See, you are now signed up. Go to your Gmail. in your Gmail, you might have received one email like to activate your account. So you need to see that. You might have received one email to activate your account. So you need to select that. My email. See, I received one email to activate your Snowflake account. Can everybody able to see? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this is for 120 days, guys. So most of the people does not even know how to create 120 days account. So I'm just showing you how to create a 120 days account. So I want everyone to create that. I will share one document how to create a 120 days account. Please follow that and create. Or else you can like note down this particular URL which I just used and simply use that, and you can start creating within 1 minute. You can create. But after creating and after receiving this email, you need to click on activate. And before clicking this activate, please keep in mind that this URL is important. Please keep it handy and copy and keep it in notepad, because we are going to use this particular link to access or log in into our environment. So we need this. So this will be my account identifier for me, my new account which I just created. You will create your own account identifier also once after you create it. This your URL will be generated like this, and you will get one unique identifier, and you need to use it. Now once after I clicked on this click to activate, so your account is created, but you need to create a user to access it. So here we are going to use a user and password we have to give. So I'm using my regular user which I'm going to use, and the common password which you can easily remember, I advise you to give that. So click on enter, then it will go and log in into Snowflake web interface called Snow Site environment. Whatever you are now going to see, that interface is called Snow Site interface, web interface. This is called Snow Site, and you will see different tabs here. So if you go and see, there are multiple tabs available here, and you can see that you have $400 left and 190 days left in trial. So up to 120 days, including today, you can access this particular environment, and you will see multiple different tabs here. Like this projects is going to give you different other tabs, like worksheets tab will be there. Worksheet is nothing but a tab that will help you to run your SQL queries, and notebooks is for Python notebooks, and Streamlit is a application which you can go and create a application for your like SQL query, and the dashboards will help you to create a dashboard. And I want to monitor this environment, then I can even create a dashboard for that. And app packages we'll see later, Python packages. And data side, the tab will contain all the databases. These two are the common default databases created by Snowflake, and this is to maintain the environment. We will have all the other schemas to capture the metadata of this environment, like databases and schemas, and what is the utilization, account usage, how much I'm spending, what is the cost is associated with my consumption. All you can track here. This is the second one is Snowflake sample data, which Snowflake will provide us to play with this environment, to test it. So you will have very bigger tables as well, huge tables. The size wise, if you see line item, for example, here you will see the size is 159 GB, very bigger table. So like that, you will see many different tables with different sizes here as in Snowflake sample data, and you can play with this environment and see how effectively Snowflake is managing the data. And apart from that, you will also see like AI ML related to machine learning, and monitoring will help you to monitor your environment and see like it will contain multiple different tabs like data governance, dynamic tables, query history, task history, and copy history. You will see many different other tabs. And admin tab is basically the tab associated with the administration. So you will see like cluster cost management, and they will segregate your cost in different categories, and you can see the consumption also here, and they will give you provision to see your consumption by compute wise, storage wise, like that, data transfer wise. Your cost will be segregated with these options. And billing and terms will help you to see the what are my billings and all. As of now, our billing is not yet started, so you can see like it is, you can even see that the billing method, everything, and you need to like see after you execute some commands and how this billing may change. And warehouses tab will help you to see what warehouses available. Once after create your new account, by default one warehouse Snowflake will create for us, which is called compute warehouse. This will be available by default. We not need to create. If at all you want to create your own warehouse for your company or your project, you will use the plus button and you can create your own warehouse also. So for example, I want to create a warehouse, demo warehouse. Simply click on create warehouse and you will see that here. It's very easy. It's very easy to create warehouse, and users and roles are nothing but creating new users apart from my user. This Srinivas Kalas is my user I just created. If at all I want to create my other users of my teammate, I can use this option. Simply click on user and give demo, and then password you can give whatever you want. And simply click on create user and you will see a user will be created. See, it is created. So this is how you need to manage this environment. You can use different tabs here. Each tab has its own purpose, and you can go and use it according to your usage. So this is how you need to play with the environment. You need to go and leverage this environment, which is free, and you can learn Snowflake by using this free account. And this is how you need to like create a free account of 120 days account. And how can I run the commands? So I need to go to, I'll show you some basic commands. Go to projects, click on worksheets, and then you can simply click on plus symbol on SQL worksheet. And here I can start working on my SQL commands. Assume that I want to create a new database. Already we have some two databases available, Snowflake sample data. And its sample data contains some schemas, and each schema will have some tables also. So you can even use these tables and select the data. But however, I want to create my own database. So I will simply say create database test. Simply run this play button. This will create me a new database, and you can see the database is available here after I refresh it. See, it got created. It's very easy to create a database. The command is create database name. That's it. And this will contain two schemas by default. One is information schema, public by default. Every new database will have these two schemas. A schema is a collection of tables and other database objects. So here public is the schema which we will use, and whatever the like tables and other objects we create, those will be created in the public schema only, because we are pointing to that here by default. Whenever you create any new database, and your environment will be pointed to the database and schema automatically. Now, as you, I want to create a table, so I'll simply say create table employee. I'll say emp number. I'll say like integer. Ename. I'll say like string and salary float. It's very simple. If you know any database, these commands are almost same. So simply select, or you can even press Control Enter also and run this, and you will see a table got created here in the public schema by default. See, the same table, whatever you created now, this will got created in the public schema employee. How to load the data? Anybody know what command I need to use to load the data into a table?
Insert into command.
Very good. So insert, straightforward. So I can say insert into employee values. I can say 100. That's it. So when I run this is going to insert one record into this table. So it will say number of rows inserted 1. How to see the data? And use select star from employee to cross check whether whatever I inserted that is successfully inserted or not. I can simply select star from employees. You'll see 100 fall 3000 I mean. This is very, see, almost the commands are and follow NC SQL only. Most of the commands, whatever you might have run in your SQL database, the same commands we can utilize here, and we will just automate them. That is the only difference. So there are other commands available, but most of the commands will use SQL only here, ANSI SQL. Clear, everyone? Naresh, are you clear?
Yes, sir. I have a small question.
Yeah.
You are calling the functions and data types all are things, right? In the code. Where you are storing the data types
In this
by
particular,
default?
by default in the Snowflake environment only. Snowflake will store the data. The table will be stored in the form of micro partitions. Micro partition means a file here. Internally,
By
Snowflake
default,
by default.
by default, it will provide all the data types and functions.
Yes.
All it was
Okay.
considered.
Uh-huh.
Do we need to anything add any of the variables or any of the functions where we need to add if you want to add any of the new functions?
Function side, you can create functions also here. You can create stored procedures functions. You can create if at all you want. You can write the code here only in this worksheet only.
Yeah, by default, it will provide the functions everything.
You see whatever the functions you want to use, it will provide the default. There are functions available, but that list of functions you should know. Correct, right? What
Yeah,
functions?
those functions. Yeah, those functions where we can identify.
No, you
By
cannot.
default.
See, you can type, and if you know the function, you can type it, or you can use the documentation also. Some of the functions I will explain what are the available.
Okay.
But all you want to find out more function about, you want to find out more about the function, you can go to documentation, and we can utilize those functions.
Okay.
I will share. I will share some of the information. Don't worry. So I'll share what are the different like data types and the information and all basic things you will get from me. Anything additional if you want to.
And one more thing, the Snowflake we are using, is there any data limitation to store the?
No. Snowflake data can store unlimited data, no restriction at all.
Any videos or anything we can
videos,
store?
unstructured data, document side, I am using already. Videos also, but we can store. But as of now, like because it is still emerging, right? It'll take some more time.
Yes. Only structural data only we can store the data.
We can store unstructured data too, but documents we can store text files. But videos and images, I have not touched it yet. Even I need to check it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yes, Srinivas, actually, when you are creating in like SSMS, when we are creating a new database, there are a lot of list of folders will come in the side. But here we can see only one this thing. Is there any difference between that and this?
No, folders and all in SQL Server, right? That is their approach, right? They in the background, how Microsoft is following. But here, your data will be stored inside in Snowflake environment. You don't have any visibility. Snowflake is not allowing to show how they are getting stored, and you don't have any that transparency. As a user, you will use it. That's it. But
Yeah,
you can
there are
see
like views, there are store procedures, some
that
tables, lot of things.
those things you can see here, provided you
Yeah,
create them. Assume you created a view. I can even see that here. You can see if you go here, even in this particular schema, tables you can see, but you go here, for example, you can see views also. See, functions, views, it will be visible. Once you
yeah.
create, you can see that. See, in every schema here, you will see functions, you can see procedures, you can see views, you can see, all will be visible. Once you start creating them, you can even see that other objects are also available. Like we have like tasks, we have like stages, you have like pipes. You can see everything in this particular schema, provided you create them.
Okay,
Whatever you create, you can see them here. In this, it will be visible in the schema, and database and schema. Until unless you will not create them, you can't see them. But you create it, you can see them.
okay,
Snowflake
got
will
it.
automatically create a separate like tab like this, and you can see them. All the tables will be visible here. All views will have a views tab. All procedures will have a separate procedures tab like that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So, oh yeah, with regarding to the data modeling, any difference between actual data warehouse versus Snowflake data modeling and all?
Data modeling side, see, when you go to any data warehouse, right? Data modeling will be similar to other data warehouses. You will follow either Snowflake schema or star schema, this kind of like approach. But if you are already familiar with any data warehousing, like schema concepts and all, you can use the same data modeling. There is no much difference.
Okay, I had some data modeling will be also there in the data warehouse, so that's what I asked you. Any difference between
Correct.
Snowflake?
No, there is no much difference. But you use that data modeling features in Snowflake, and you can create it. Like maybe I can use Snowflake schema here or star
Okay,
schema here. You can create your data model here, but specifically there is no any feature like that. But you can create your tables like that.
okay.
Yeah.